News, sports, weather. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins. Here's the stories that we're working on this hour for you. The Clearwater R1 School District is asking voters to approve Proposition Kids. It's a $3 million non-tax increase bond issue this April. School Board President Robert Gale says the issue will cover needed improvements at the high school, the middle school, and the elementary campus. Plans include building a new multi-purpose room cafeteria on the elementary school property.
Our hopes are, and it's looking pretty good, that we will possibly get a FEMA grant that will allow us to build an actual storm shelter, a tornado shelter that's capable of withstanding an F5 tornado. And so that would, the multi-purpose room that would also serve as a storm shelter for the children and for the surrounding community as well.
Gale says the bond issue will also cover the cost of rerouting traffic around the elementary school.
To reroute bus traffic from what buses presently drop off and pick up in front of the school building, as well as the parents also pick up and drop off in front of the school building. The plan is to reroute the buses to where they pick up and drop off behind the school building, and that will alleviate some traffic congestion in the morning and the afternoon.
Gale notes the most important aspect of the bond issue is that it will not increase taxes. Voters in the Clearwater School District go to the polls on April 3rd. Well, now let's check in with our Storm Tracker Chief Forecaster, Dustin Kopp. He's here with our look at our weekend forecast on 18 Eyewitness News. Dustin?
Fred, after seeing plenty of showers and thunderstorms through your day today, showers and thunderstorms are going to unfortunately continue through tonight into tomorrow. However, temperatures right now are on the mild side, 77 up in St. Louis, 78 in Ironton. Rolla right now at 76, 75 right now in Fredericktown, Piedmont, 75, and 74 in Poplar Bluff. This evening, showers and thunderstorms possible throughout the evening hours. By 7 p.m., temperature around 77, 73 by 9, and 69 by midnight. I'll give you more details on the rainfall and plus some relief with some sunshine later on in the weekend. All those details coming up later in weather.
The city of Perryville is releasing some details behind why 4 people were fired last month. Under a sunshine law request, the city has distributed council meeting minutes from 2 closed sessions on the issue. On February 21st, council members learned that 4 city employees took city-owned wire to a St. Louis recycling center for personal profit. On March the 6th, council members were told that following an investigation by the Perryville Police Department, Charles LaRose, James Thompson, Chris Favier, and Carl Davis were dismissed. The council was also told the investigation would continue to see if other employees were involved. Now, council members are expected to get an update on that investigation at their March 20th meeting. 3 Southwest Missouri residents are facing a number of drug charges in Wayne County. 31-year-old Timothy Boyer of Sanis, 23-year-old Melissa Bates of Neosha, and 23-year-old Megan Smith of Joplin are charged with attempting to manufacture methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. Boyer is also charged while driving while intoxicated. The trio were stopped Monday afternoon by Chief Richard Sanders of the Piedmont Police Department.
Well, they came down 34 westbound, and the sheriff was behind them in his private rig, and they had contacted us to try to get a stop on them, and I got in behind them and got them stopped at the Wayne Medical Center, and they pulled over, and then we got assistance from the State Highway Patrol and let Trooper John West take the case over, and it just all went good for us from there.
Chief Sanders says Boyer was driving erratically and at a high rate of speed.
He was doing a lot of irrational driving and hitting the center line, and the sheriff just happened to, they passed him, and he was trying to keep up with them, and they exceeded those speed limits 90 plus.
Boyer, Bates, and Smith were formally arraigned Thursday in Wayne County. One of the biggest summer events in southeast Missouri, the 60th annual J.C. Boot Hill Rodeo, is releasing their slate of entertainment. The rodeo, which runs from August the 8th through the 11th, will welcome the band Perry on Wednesday the 8th, Jared Neiman on Thursday the 9th, Easton Corbin on Friday the 10th, and Justin Moore on Saturday the 11th. For more information on the rodeo or to buy tickets for these shows, visit SykestonRodeo.com. St. Francis County Relay for Life will be honoring their survivors in a different way this year. Chairperson Tara Gann says they are planning a survivors dinner.
The Survivor Dinner will be on July 13th at the Elizabeth Hall at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Leadington. And we're going to invite our survivors and one guest, caregiver, or somebody of their choice to come have dinner. And we're going to hear from a hero of hope. We're going to feed them, and it's going to be something different and something neat. We're hoping that it's going to turn out to be a big success.
Tara says Relay for Life is still looking for more teams and corporate sponsors. And she notes that this year's theme is I Relay.
I think a lot of times we get into the fundraising and everybody sees relay everywhere, but we forget why we relay. And so this is kind of bringing it back to basics and having people just kind of look at it and say, why do I relay? For instance, me, I have a grandfather who just recently passed away, and I have a 2-year-old boy who someday may have a mother who has cancer, and I don't want him to ever see that day. And so for me, I relay for my grandfather and I relay for my son.
For more information, you can call Tara at 366-7817 or visit the St. Francis County Relay for Life Facebook page. Folks planning to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this weekend should plan on having a designated driver. Sergeant Al Northrum says the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over enforcement campaign is set for this weekend.
This is a campaign, obviously another one to rid Missouri roadways of drivers who have been consuming alcohol and driving. So we're hoping this, combined with all our DWI checkpoints and DWI saturations and operation arrests throughout the state, that we can really reduce some of these bad crashes where people are injured and killed.
Northrum points out that impaired driving contributes to nearly 1/3 of all fatal traffic crashes in Missouri. In 2011, 220 people were killed and 916 seriously injured in crashes involving an impaired driver. Northrum says those who plan on celebrating this weekend need to plan not to drive.
You lose your judgment and you lose your reaction time, and we all know that right there, if you lose your judgment, you make poor decisions, and one of them is you get behind your wheel. So it's one of those things where you need to tell yourself ahead of time, if you know you're going to be drinking, that you got to line up another ride or tell a friend or a buddy, say, do not let me drive, whatever you do.
During the Get Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign, troopers will be conducting DWI saturation patrols, checkpoints, and enforcing DWI laws and taking impaired drivers off the road. And still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, a new type of pacemaker for a dangerous type of sleep apnea. Don Arnold will tell us about the first man in America to get it and why doctors say it could help heart patients rest easier. That's today in Your Health. But right now, let's check in with the 18 Storm Tracker system. Dustin Kopp is in the studio making a check of our weekend forecast, which is coming up next on 18 Eyewitness News.
And welcome back as we head into the weekend. The beginning of the weekend is going to look a little stormy. However, Sunday is looking sunny, and temperatures again are continuing to be above normal and on the warm side. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the 70s, 77 in St. Louis, 75 in Fredericktown, 76 in Marble Hill, 74 in Cape Girardeau, 78 in Ironton, and 76 right now in Rolla. Here at the station, we have a temperature of 79. There are some showers and thunderstorms out there right now, been all day long. Feels like 79, dew point at 62, and our humidity at 56% with a south wind at 8 miles per hour. Again, tomorrow we're going to be socked in the moisture. A little bit of the moisture is going to start moving up towards St. Louis. That's going to be in effect for tomorrow. However, by Sunday, all that moisture is going to continue off to the east, and we will see plenty of sunshine. So for tonight, we'll see lows in the 60s, 61 in St. Louis, 60 in Ironton, 59 a little cooler in Ellington, 57 down in Van Buren, 59 in Piedmont, 58 in Marble Hill. So tonight, we'll see a low around 60 degrees, scattered thunderstorms with some showers. South wind 5 to 10, messed up a little bit there. And then as we head into your day tomorrow, high around 80 with scattered thunderstorms possible. South wind 10 to 15. A look at our extended forecast for the next several days on Sunday. Look at that. Plenty of sunshine, high 80, 81 on Monday rather. 82 on Tuesday, both days parlayed to mostly sunny. Showers and thunderstorms move back in the forecast on Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures in the 70s and cooling down in the upper 60s by Friday with some showers in the forecast. So another look at our weekend forecast. On Saturday, tomorrow, we'll see a high of 80 degrees, showers and thunderstorms, low of 60. On Sunday, clearing out, we'll see a high around 81 with a pretty sunshiny day. Let's check out your Storm Tracker weather forecast. Fred, back to you.
This is 18 Eyewitness News, Sports.
When Cardinals manager Mike Matheny considers the candidates to bat first in his lineup, including leadoff hitter Rafael Furcal, he knows what he wants most from that spot in the order. That's because he knows what he has coming up next. How Mike Matheny engineers the lineup is something he plans to experiment with late into spring training and allow to evolve during the season. Former batting champ Matt Holliday is set at number 3, and he'll be followed by some combination of Lance Berkman and David Freese. Matheny is intrigued by having Carlos Beltran bat second. Furcal is the incumbent at leadoff and as a switch hitter with a dash of speed, also the prototype. That is, if he shows he still has the spark. The Blues came south looking to heal a sagging game. Instead, they absorbed a blow that carries more precarious implications. Late in the second period of a 2-0 loss to Carolina on Thursday, winger Andy McDonald fell heavily into the boards and had to be helped from the ice. Slumped over in pain, McDonald favored his right shoulder and did not return. The 34-year-old missed 51 games earlier this season with concussion symptoms. Since his return on February 12th, McDonald had been the trigger of the Blues attack. Before Thursday, he had 9 goals and 8 assists for 17 points in the 17 games he had played since returning. He also helped raise the Blues' anemic power play to the 3rd best in the NHL, but an injured McDonald threatens to end that. The name of the Rams' home stadium will stay the same for at least the next 13 years, as long as the team itself stays in town. The stadium will still be called the Edward Jones Dome after the DePere-based financial services company extended its naming rights deal with the Rams for another 11 years until 2025. The name was set to expire in 2014. Edward Jones will pay the Rams more than $42 million over the course of the 11-year agreement, the company announced in a release Thursday. The original 12-year naming rights term cost the company almost $33 million. In addition to the Dome's name, the deal includes prominent indoor and outdoor advertising at the facility. The Rams' lease at the Dome allows the team to keep the lion's share of all advertising generated at the venue, including naming rights. And when Mizzou was announced as the 2nd seed in the West region, former Tiger coach Norm Stewart probably wasn't all that surprised. Stewart's last 4 NCAA teams were also sent west. Mizzou followed up a trip to Salt Lake City in 1993 with an assignment to Ogden, Utah a year later as the number 1 seed. And as it happened, that 1994 team enjoyed one of Mizzou's great tournament runs, defeating Navy, Wisconsin, and Syracuse before falling to Arizona a game shy of the Final Four. Twice since, in 2002 under Quinn Snyder and 2009 under Mike Anderson, the Tigers won 3 tournament games in the West, only to lose in the Elite 8. Stewart has watched plenty of Mizzou basketball this season as the Tigers have gone 30-4, and he sees potential for this team to run deep. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with today's Your Live segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
Last 24 hours has been a very, very busy time for storms rolling through the area, and the thing that I noticed about this particular storm system that moved through, it was slow moving.
It was very slow moving, and it looked like it was almost done, and then more starts coming in behind it, and it just kept on and on and on. Last night it thundered and thundered. Overnight it thundered and thundered. I didn't think it was ever going to quit thundering. Today we saw plenty of rainfall. I saw some streams that were flooding. It's just crazy weather.
What's the weekend look like?
The weekend's looking wet at the beginning of the weekend. On Saturday, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms continue. Temperature around the 80-degree mark. On Sunday, however, a little cooler in the 70s, but plenty of sunshine. We're finally going to get see some sunshine.
Thank goodness for that. Brings the flowers out and everything, makes it really beautiful.
Yeah.
That does it for our newscast tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back later on with more, and then tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with our early morning edition of 18 Eyewitness News. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and God bless.
Have a good night, everybody. Newswatch is next.